Welcome to the Prepper Almanac. Thank you for joining us today. It is deeply appreciated. In today's video, we are going to discuss salt as an essential survival tool for preppers. And if I give you value in today's video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And stay till the end of the video because after we discuss the use cases for salt, we'll discuss all of the different kinds of salts and their specific uses at the end of the video. So let's get right to it. Salt is essential for life. It's not just about making food taste better. Salt keeps our bodies in balance. Salt or sodium is vital to keep our bodies functioning normally. It is a main component of the extracellular fluids in the body. It is important for regulating hydration and also aids other body functions such as the transmission of nerve impulses and the contraction and relaxation of muscles. Without salt, our muscles wouldn't work properly. In addition, the absence of salt can trigger fluid retention, leading to a cascade of unpleasant and hazardous side effects, including dizziness, confusion, headaches, irritability, fatigue, vomiting, and weakness. Furthermore, salt harbors additional minerals essential for digestion, making it a valuable resource for rehydration and the restoration of electrolyte balance, particularly crucial for individuals losing electrolytes through sweat. In a grid-down scenario, supermarkets could be closed and supply chains could be disrupted. You can't just buy salt as easy in this circumstance such as this, so it's important to keep salt on hand as a prepper. Knowing how to use salt could be the difference between life and death in a prepper situation. Now let's dive in and chat about some of the further benefits of salt. For centuries, humans have used salt to preserve food. It's a natural way to prevent spoilage. Through its moisture-absorbing properties, salt effectively dries out food, creating an environment inhospitable to harmful organisms like bacteria and fungi. This pivotal role in curing and preserving meats showcases salt's significance in safeguarding our food. Furthermore, salt finds utility in pickling, enhancing food preservation when using pickling salt devoid of additives or anti-caking ingredients. The multifaceted nature of salt makes it an invaluable asset for preppers, extending far beyond its conventional use as a seasoning. From promoting health and aiding in medicinal practices, which we'll talk about next, to preserving food with remarkable efficacy, salt proves itself to be an essential and versatile companion in the journey of preparedness. Let's discuss those incredible medicinal properties of salt as well. It can help rehydrate the body, which is crucial in cases of dehydration. A mixture of salt and sugar, dissolved in water, can really be a lifesaver. Salt can also be used to treat insect bites. A paste of salt and water can reduce swelling and itching. The medicinal prowess of salt extends beyond its role in basic bodily functions. Acting as an isotonic, salt proves effective in easing dental problems, offering relief through warm saltwater rinses. It also serves as a soothing remedy for sore throats with a simple gargle of salt-infused warm water. In the realm of addressing illnesses, salt becomes a key player in managing diarrheal dehydration, providing a simple yet effective solution. Additionally, its antibacterial properties shine through when diluted, making it a mild antiseptic for wound care, relieving bee stings, and promoting faster healing. Salt has many alternative uses. In a surprising twist, salt proves to be a versatile substitute for toothpaste, offering an alternative for oral care beyond conventional dental products. This will be especially important when there may not be dentists available in a societal collapse scenario, or even supply chains will be stretched, and you may not have access to normal dental products. For those preppers on the move and looking for food, salt takes on the role of an attractant for wild game, providing a practical tool for preppers in these situations. Additionally, its ability to thaw and melt ice enhances its utility in addressing cold weather challenges. In the realm of laundry, the addition of salt to the final rinse contributes to faster drying when clothes are hung to dry on the line, showcasing its unexpected role in optimizing laundry practices. I would say this may be important in a prepper scenario because you will probably want your clothes down as quickly as possible so you don't draw attention. Salt is a good stain remover and rust buster. Salt's efficacy as a stain remover shines through as it tackles rust and various stains, including those from blood from when you are harvesting your wild game. Its natural cleaning prowess extends to disinfecting cutting boards, embodying its dual role as both a cleaner and abrasive. Another interesting use for salt is that in moments of potential hazard, salt steps in as a reliable ally, capable of extinguishing grease fires. This crucial attribute adds a layer of safety to cooking environments. This is especially important to be self-sufficient like this when emergency responders may not be available like before a grid-down scenario. Now let's go through a few more use cases of salt. You can treat your feet. This is important because as a prepper, you may be on the move a lot and foraging for food. You need to keep your feet in tip-top shape. To prepare a saltwater bath, pour 6 quarts of warm water in a large basin. Mix in 1/4 of a cup of salt and 1/4 of a cup of baking soda. Then soak your feet for up to 15 minutes. This will get you ready for your next foraging expedition. Another cool use case for salt is the process of removing pin feathers. To remove pin feathers easily from a chicken, rub the chicken skin with salt first. If you ever have to butcher your own chickens, this trick is going to save you a lot of time and ensure that you don't have the unpleasant discovery of feathers while eating. Let's chat about cheese. Cheese is a good staple to have in your food pantry as a prepper. Another use case for your trusty salt is to prevent mold on cheese. All you have to do is wrap the cheese in a cloth dampened with salt water before refrigerating. That's it. It helps a lot. Now as a prepper, and especially in a grid-down scenario, you may need to go fishing to feed your family. Once you catch the fish, you'll have to scale them. This is where salt comes in. To scale the fish, soak them in salt water before descaling. The scales will come off easier. When you are out foraging for food, at times you may come across poison ivy. To kill poison ivy, mix 3 pounds of salt with a gallon of soapy water and apply to leaves and stems with a sprayer. Speaking of foraging, sometimes preppers will come across nuts. Nuts can be easier to crack by using salt. Soaking nuts in a salt brine solution will make it much easier to get nuts out whole rather than in tiny pieces. If you have a lot of nuts to crack, this can save you a lot of time and result in a higher quality product overall. And time will be valuable in a grid-down scenario because you'll have so many things to accomplish. How about cleaning wounds? While salt no doubt hurts, it does create an inhospitable environment for bacteria and germs. Saltwater solutions are excellent for irritating and rinsing out some wounds. In a major survival situation, if I found myself needing to disinfect, I would pour salt on a wound because some pain is far better than an infection if you don't have antibiotics. Storing salt for the long term is another prepper concern. I recommend repackaging salt that comes in paper containers because they have little protection from water. Salt really never goes bad. You just have to keep out bugs, dirt, and moisture. Bugs don't really like salt, so moisture is more of your enemy. Vacuum-sealed bags with moisture absorbers offer a lot of protection. Pint-sized bags offer a decent portion size, while gallon-sized bags may be more appropriate for those that plan on using salt for a lot of the things on this list. Now let's discuss the different types of salt that are available and the best ways to use each type. Iodized table salt. This is the inexpensive salt you can find at any grocery store, discount center, or even dollar store across the country. It's cheap and simple to acquire. Unfortunately, when it is refined, all of the beneficial minerals are removed. Perhaps part of the reason that salt is so hard on your body is that most of us end up consuming this version. It is refined to the point that it's mostly sodium chloride. It often has additives like iodine and anti-caking agents. This kind of salt is fine for cleaning purposes, but don't look to it as a health supplement. Kosher salt. This salt is very similar to regular table salt, but it is sold in flakes as opposed to finely ground. The original use of kosher salt was in the Jewish faith, to remove all of the blood from meat as per their religious requirements. Sea salt. This salt is derived from evaporating ocean water. The darker the color, the more impurities it has, but in this case, impurities can be trace minerals and nutrients. While it isn't as refined as the table salt discussed earlier, the serious pollution in our oceans means that sea salt may not be the healthiest option. It can be very high in heavy metals, and post-Fukushima, even radiation, depending upon the origin of the salt. Celtic salt. This salt is a type of sea salt that comes from a specific region in France. It is grayish in color and a moist texture, unlike other types of salt that are completely dry. It contains the same minerals as regular sea salt, and the percentage of sodium chloride is slightly lower than other salts. Pink Himalayan salt. This salt is actually harvested in Pakistan. The pink color comes from iron oxide. Pink Himalayan salt also has other minerals like magnesium, calcium, and potassium. It is often very coarse, but if you prefer it to be finer, just use a pepper grinder on a fine setting. Pickling salt. This salt is designed specifically for brining. Pickling salt excludes iodine, additives, or anti-caking ingredients, ensuring liquids remain clear and unaltered during the preservation process. Curing salt. This salt is dedicated to meat and fish preservation. Curing salt extracts moisture, creating an inhospitable environment for microbes. Nitrite content prevents botulism, but its inclusion of preservatives makes it unsuitable for culinary purposes. Cattle salt. This type of salt is essential for livestock. This salt is often mixed into troughs or purchased as salt blocks, offering a practical means to attract wildlife. Epsom salt. Epsom has amazing value for preppers. Comprising of magnesium sulfate, it finds use in relieving aches and pains when added to bath water. Internally, it serves as a magnesium supplement or aids in alleviating constipation. So, how much salt do you need as a prepper? The consensus is that you should store 5 to 10 pounds of salt per person as a one-year supply. This seems like a lot, but given that salt is so cheap, there is no harm in stocking some for emergency purposes. And with so many uses for salt, I would recommend storing a bit more for use as barter currency if and when a societal collapse happens. As we wrap up today's video, if you have any questions or if there are any topics that you would like discussed in the future, let us know in the comment section below. We love to get video ideas from the community, and let us know what you think of today's video as well. We always appreciate input. Be sure to like today's video and subscribe to the channel to learn more about prepping and share the video with others that may have a passion for prepping or are curious about prepping in general. I have also put chapters in the description of the video, so if there is a section you would like to specifically go back to and re-watch, you can re-watch only the section of the video that you want. And lastly, if you liked today's video about salt, you'll probably like this next video in the top left-hand corner of your screen, which is about turning salt water into drinking water. You'll probably gain additional knowledge in that video, and it will build on today's discussion. Thanks for stopping by the Prepper Almanac today.